It's my great pleasure and honor to be one of the supporters of European Tree of the Year. This competition reminds us that the trees don't only represent something very important for our climate. Sometimes it represents a source of energy and warmth at homes, but also behind each tree there could be fantastic story, some history, something special. That's why I'm so grateful that you all participate in this competition. This is one of the few where everyone is a winner. Thank you.
Hello and greetings from Brussels. My name is Michal Vezik and I have the privilege to be the ambassador of the European Tree of the Year contest. Trees are so important for our society. They are beautiful sentient beings. They form our environment, but we use them also as living memorials of significant historical events. And this is the essence of our contest. We are looking for a tree with a story. This year is really extraordinary. We have 14 splendid candidates. The public chose and selected their winner, and I'm really looking forward to the result. Nevertheless, I firmly believe that all of the 14 contestants deserved the reward. So I wish to you all a beautiful award ceremony. I'm really looking forward for the winner, and long live the trees.
Dear friends of trees, let me address you in the name of the organizer of the European Tree of the Year, the Environmental Partnership Association. I would like to thank, first of all nominators of the trees, all communities who nominated their trees across the Europe, and congratulate to the national winners. I would like to thank also national organizers who did a lot of work to promote their trees and to put them on the European contest. And second remark is following the future. We would like to connect the caring for all trees and the contest for Tree of the Year with the future planting of the trees and with the goals of the European Commission to plant 3 billion trees in Europe over the next 10 years, and we would like to focus to this direction. So thank everybody very much, and congratulations to the winners.
Dear friends of the trees, on behalf of the European Landowners Organization, the long-term partner of the European Tree of the Year contest, I would like to send my warmest regards to all the trees lovers and my thanks to those participating and supporting our contest. We are here to celebrate the diversity of our trees, honoring the individual species and the varying culture and symbols they do represent. Planting trees requires a special amount of foresight into the future, as someone who plants trees must look decades in advance for their work to be truly appreciated. Probably the one who plants the trees will never see the trees at maturity. We, landowners, we are always pleased to see a wide public appreciation for our works and the work of our ancestors that require such patience and passion. It is very important that people care about nature, understand its complexity and protect it for the future generation, while using its gift wisely. I would like to express my gratitude to all the indispensable peoples working at the local level, those who have organized the national contest, the one who have nominates their trees, and the one who are running the campaigns to attract the attention of the public. I hope you have enjoyed our contest and you will enjoy the award ceremony. Therefore, all my congratulations to all of them. Thanks a lot.
Welcome to the award ceremony of the contest European Tree of the Year 2021. Very soon, you will find out which of the 14 finalists won the favor of our voters and climbed on the top of the winner's podium. However, note that the winner is actually every tree. It has a loving community around which breathes for the tree, and the tree helps them to breathe. Listen to the story of the tree. Isn't it yours? Once upon a time, there was a man who planted a tree. The man kept meeting other people, and they took care of the tree together. The tree had its people, and the people had their tree. The tree is still standing. It grows and grows stronger. Only people change. And yet something is still the same: the tree and the care of the people who love it. In return, it gives them its fruits. The shade retains moisture, is a reminder of the stories that took place under his crown. Wondering where the tree stands? Well, maybe in your garden. Maybe in the park you like to go to, on the coast or in the woods. The important thing is that this is your tree. With the others, it has something in common. The roots, which are firmly rooted in the soil and retain water for us, branches and leaves which give shade nearby, a trunk that is home to countless beetles, a refuge for birds and small animals, and also us, the people who take care of the tree, who love it. Thanks to this symbiosis, we can breathe better, us and the tree. Do you already know where to find it? After all, where you feel good, home. Each of us is at home in a different part of Europe, and yet we have something in common: our trees. Like us, they are different, but in some ways the same. Those we nominate today have had meetings with our ancestors. Those we plant will meet our descendants. Can we plant 3 billion trees in Europe together? Can we improve the climate and the world together? It's up to all of us. Every tree has its meaning. Somebody has planted a tree for our future, and we can do the same, planting trees for the future. 14 trees, each of them of a different age, high, early, each stands in a different corner of Europe. But they all have a strong story. Come, listen to them. During the First World War, the city of Ypres was totally destroyed, but the root stump of this tree remained alive there. From the base of the trunk, 4 new side trunks grew up spontaneously. They also survived the Second World War, when Ypres was cold and almost all trees were cut down for firewood. The 4-trunked chestnut became a unique survivor from pre-war Ypres. This living monument, with a trunk base of no less than 9.1 meters in circumference, now symbolizes the force of survival, located next to the world-famous Menin Gate. The old mulberry has proudly stood for centuries at the central town square, now a public garden. It brings together young and old people to pass time together and enjoy the tree and a fountain. Back in time, near the veteran tree was the town pub. The centuries have passed the story of Stefan Karadja, renowned national revolutionary. He outwitted the head of the local administrative unit by succeeding in hiding this much-visited and noticeable pub during a chase by the Ottoman army unit. The apple tree in the garden of the Lidman pub in Makowska Lohota quietly witnesses the stories of the people, provides shade in the summer and fruit in the autumn to locals and visitors who came for the beauty of the Table Mountains and nature on the Czech-Polish border. She has witnessed the birth of many loves, first meetings, weddings, festivities, as well as sad events. Its fruits are in the Czech countryside, traditionally harvested for strudel, juice, or apple cider. This apple tree is also a truly European tree, as evidenced by the fact that the variety Renata Blenheim was bred at the birthplace of Winston Churchill. Fondly nicknamed the poupli for 2 centuries, this black poplar is huge for France, girth 9.6 meters and 38 meters high. Last of the old poplars, soul of the village, her gold leaves adorn its coat of arms. She is said to be the incarnation of a nymph, daughter of the sun, who mourned for her dead brother by the river. The poupli was a sentinel during World War I, soldiers watching the enemy from her heights. Located on a buildable private site and weakened by a fire, villagers wished to protect her for many more years. Years fly by, she tells us. The town square was always alive, with a market, dances, centuries-old traditions, as carnival prints burning or ritual May thefts when young men show their courage and love to girls by stealing flowers, fences, cars, or boats from locals who find them under the town square tree. Today she enjoys a movie or play, sways at summer concerts, sings for Christmas when she dresses up to spend time with locals and guests. Above all, she loves children's play and laughter. She'll treat them to magical chocolate berries in the future too. Thus says the eldest resident of Medellin, our town square nettle tree. The Curinga plane tree is located in a very unusual position. Overlooking the Tyrrhenian Sea, it juts out over a small stream. From the height of its majesty, this guardian seems to lovingly watch over the forest. It is thought to be planted by Basilian monks who arrived in Calabria more than 1,000 years ago, and that built the hermitage of Saint Elia. But its trunk may be even older. Its trunk is completely hollow and has an opening more than 3 meters wide. Whoever enters it has the feeling of being inside an incredible woody cave. Thanks to the huge size of its circumference, it is now the largest plane tree in Italy. The tree was planted in 1750 by Franciscan monks from Subotica on a hill in the north side of the church that was being built in the village at the time. It is a miracle that this Mediterranean species is still alive there. Its spring blooming is admired by everyone and has become a symbol of the settlement. Countless seedings from its life in the gardens of the people of Melikut, thus connecting the past with the present and the settlement with its former inhabitants around the world. As a symbol for gathering and meeting, the mother tree on the market square of Etten-Leur has been part of society for 345 years. Wear, tear, and lots of attention through the ages gave it its striking appearance. Rooted in the heart of people, this linden tree is a silent witness to 1,001 stories, emotions, and events. Arguments were settled, and young love blossomed under its long branches. It even inspired the later world-famous painter, Vincent van Gogh. Everyone of any age loves this green pearl. According to an ancient Polish custom, a linden would be planted when a daughter was born. This is how our linden was planted 170 years ago. Or maybe, was it on a bird's merit? The tree is standing at the verge of the village close to the fields. Nothing was standing in her way, thus she grew her branches wide, 25 meters wide. She became a benefactress, giving shadow to those who worked in the field, a place for trekkers and nectar for bees. The shrine of Saint John of Nepomuk, standing close by, has given an air of magic to the place. Its unusual beauty surprises and inspires admiration for nature's power. There is no other linden tree like this. Planted in 1838, it's the largest in the Iberian Peninsula. Majestic in size, its trunk has a perimeter of 7 meters, and its treetop has a diameter of 37 meters. It's Portalegre's ex libris. It houses in its long and sturdy branches years and years of collective memories and endless secrets. It has been a place of meetings, the birthplace of clubs, associations, and brass bands. this plane continues with great resilience to amaze admirers, listening to lonely confessions and inspiring artists. The ancient East is full of secrets and legends. According to a legend, the great commander of the East, Nadir Shah, looked after the sprouts of the sycamore tree that adorned the territory of the Juma Mosque in ancient Derbent. Admiring the mighty giant, the writer Alexander Bestuchev-Marlinsky composed his works. Today, the majestic patriarch adorns the central part of the house of worship, being a symbol of power, one of the places of attraction for the people of Dagestan and guests of the Republic. They create legends about it, poetize it, and depict it in paintings. The old oak is located next to the former grounds of Count Andrase's famous iron plant in Trnava. It was here in the 1940s that the structural parts of the famous chain bridge Lánchíd in Budapest were cast, for which the village earned the nickname Kispest, or Little Pest. Today, the tree is one of the stops on the nature trail of the old trade route and has been an integral symbol of the village for several generations. There is mention of the stout oak in the municipal chronicle as early as 1670. Legend tells of the times when witches populated the Gura mountains, where they danced and celebrated around the holm oak. 1,000 years later, it's this union with the people that continues to be the cause for why this holm oak still stands in the small town of Alto Aragon, with only 13 inhabitants. The neighbors chose it and continue to choose it for their celebrations. It is surprising because of its proximity to the houses whilst being such an old tree, and yet it is so alive. The secret will surely be the care and company of Lechia's neighbors and those witches. The Borders Forest Trust based its slogan, "Where one tree survives, a million trees will grow," on a lone rowan clinging to a stream bank in the Carafran Valley. Today, that survivor tree is lonely no more. It is surrounded by a little forest of its children, and in addition to its own children, the rowan tree now has over 500,000 other native Scottish trees for company. The rowan tree no longer stands alone and is a symbol of the 20-year journey to revive the wild heart of southern Scotland. You have met this year's finalists, 14 trees from all over Europe. The fact that more than 300,000 people voted for them in this contest proves their great importance to us. And now comes the moment when you will find out which of the tree stories fascinated you the most. Third place in the European Tree of the Year 2021 competition goes to Ancient Sycamore Tree, Russia, 66,026 votes. Second place in the European Tree of the Year 2021 competition goes to the 1,000-year-old plane tree of Curinga, Italy, 78,210 votes. The winner of the European Tree of 2021 contest is the Millennial Carrasca of Lechina, Spain, 104,264 votes. Congratulations on winning the European Tree of 2021 contest. We also thank all the voters and those who supported the future of the trees with their donations. If you want to give your favorite tree the opportunity to become a European Tree of the Year winner for 2022, enter it into your national competition. We also thank all the national coordinators, without whom the European Tree of the Year contest would not exist. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to seeing you at the next 12th year of our European contest.